It's me, PCPatientZero, just listening to a CD on my antiquated CD player. That's right, I still have one of those. But I suppose I can stop for now, so we can talk about Shakespeare, specifically Macbeth. Okay everyone, we are going to talk about Act 3, Scene 6. I hope that heater isn't too loud in the background. I don't even know if you can hear it, but it's annoying the heck out of me. Anyway, this scene involves Lennox and another lord who doesn't even get a name. And the first part of the scene, at least, is kind of just recapping what we've already seen in the play, which might seem kind of dumb because we were there, but might actually be because Shakespeare does this in quite a few of his plays. If you pay attention, you'll notice there's a lot of recapping what just happened. Well, it helps to understand a little bit about what it was like when the plays were performed. When Shakespeare performed his plays in the Globe Theatre, there were a whole bunch of different kinds of seats. There were seats way up in the balcony where the rich people sat in their nice fancy clothes so that everyone could see them. For them, going to the theatre was where you went to get seen. Then there were seats that were actually on the stage. These are the cheapest seats, which seems weird. You'd think that you'd want a seat on the stage close to the action, right? Well, they were pretty cheap. And then there were seats out where the audience usually sits in a theater, and including on the ground, where a lot of times people would just come in and out. It wasn't like theater the way we think of it nowadays, where it's very, oh, you must come in, you must sit, and you must stay until the movie or play is over. No, they could come in on their way home from work, watch a little bit of the play. They could come in with a picnic lunch and eat it and watch some of the play. So it was probably important to have these little recaps so that people who had just come in could know what was going on, even though they hadn't seen the whole play. Don't you feel more educated now? Okay, Act 3, Scene 6. Lennox starts out by, just like I said, sort of recapping everything that we've seen. My former speeches have but hit your thoughts, which can't interpret further. Only I say, things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan, who was pitied of Macbeth, marry, he was dead. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you may see, if it please you, Fleance killed, for Fleance fled. Men must not walk too late. So basically, they think that Banquo was killed by Fleance. There seems to be a lot of killing of your parents going on, at least in people's estimation in this kingdom, because Fleance ran away, therefore he must have killed his dad. And then he says men must not walk too late, because apparently walking late at night gets you killed by your offspring. Who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damned fact, how did grieve Macbeth? Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? He's reminding us that Macbeth killed Duncan's servants in a fit of rage. Aye, and wisely too, for it would have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it. So that I say he has borne all things well. And I do think, had he Duncan's sons under his key, as, and it please heaven they shall not, they should find what 'twere to kill a father. So should Fleance. But peace, from broad words and cause he failed his presence at the tyrant's feast. I hear Macduff lives in disgrace, sir. Can you tell me where he bestows himself? So now he's asking about Macduff, who basically we've only heard about in this play. People have talked about him a little bit. He was supposed to be at the feast with everyone else, but he wasn't there. And he wasn't out riding late at night getting killed by his son either. Then the Lord gets to talk. And for somebody without a name, he has a decent amount of lines in this scene. The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court, and is received with the most pious Edward, with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. So Macduff, who is apparently related to Duncan, is living in England. which if you're Scottish is kind of a no-no. Thither Macduff has gone to pray the holy king upon his aid, to wake Northumberland and the warlike seaward, that by the help of these, with him above to ratify the work, he may again give our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets bloody knives, do faithful homage and receive free honours, all which we pine for now. So at least they think that Macduff has gone to England to get help from Northumberland and seaward, and they're going to come back, kick some ass, and everything will be good again. No more bloody knives, etc. And this report hath so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt of war. So Macbeth is made nervous by this idea. Lennox says, sent he to Macduff? The Lord replies, he did, and with an absolute sir not I, the cloudy messenger turns me his back and hums, as who should say, you'll rue the time that clogs me with this answer. So Macbeth tried to send word to Macduff, I guess, and the messenger was like, nope, la 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 la, not gonna do it, can't hear what you're saying, la la la. And Lennox here says, and that well might advise him to a caution, to hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed. The Lord says, I'll send my prayers with him. So they're like, somebody, even if it has to be an angel, go get Macduff, because our country's kind of going to shit right now. Our king is a little bit wacko. A lot of people are dying everywhere, being killed by us, not being killed by like Norway or something. So yeah, that's the little scene. Just kind of recaps what you already know and tells you a little bit more about Macduff. And that's really it for tonight. But oh look, we have made it through another whole act. We're on to Act 4. Yay! Cool, and with Act 4, we get to see the witches return. So that's exciting. Alright, thank you all again for viewing. This has been a PCPatientZero production.
It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. But listen closely.
Not for very much longer.
I've got to keep control.
I remember doing the time war, drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me and the void would be calling. Let's do the time war again. Let's do the time war again.
It's just a jump to the left
And then a step to the right.
with your hands on your hips.
You're bringing me